Now, recently I've come across discussions amongst pundits, podcasters, and articles labeling Tennessee Titans Derrick Henry as a potential future Hall of Famer. Frankly, I wasn't considering any running back's career as Hall of Fame worthy in this era. This is not to diminish Derrick Henry's incredible talent. He is the real deal. Whether in high school, college, or the NFL, Henry has consistently dominated. In an era where offenses have embraced speed and agility while defenses have countered with 215-pound off-ball linebackers, Derrick Henry has been allowed to eat. He is the perfect running back for this era because he punishes teams for daring to construct their defenses to compete against the likes of Mahomes, Lamar, and Josh Allen. Yet, within this era, there's another player, someone who spent most of his career amongst mediocrity, but still managed to shine brightly, arguably reaching similar heights to Derrick Henry. So if Derrick Henry is destined for the Hall of Fame, it begs the question, is San Francisco 49ers Christian McCaffrey also a future Hall of Famer? Now, judging running backs for the Hall of Fame can be challenging. Unlike quarterbacks, the weight of championship victories doesn't shackle the position. Even in the heyday of the NFL, running backs weren't assessed on Super Bowls. Gale Sayers needed just 5 seasons, while Detroit Lions legend Barry Sanders is exclusively judged for his talents. Considering this history, the notion of anointing Derrick Henry as a future Hall of Famer doesn't seem far-fetched based on his achievements. As a pure runner, Derrick Henry is often considered superior to McCaffrey, and the stats support this belief. Derrick Henry is raw power. Henry's akin to a hippopotamus. Hippos aren't the most agile, hell, they don't even swim, yet they spend a lot of time submerged in water. Hippos are 100% raw power, surprisingly fast, and it doesn't matter if you're a lion or a warthog. In the open field, everyone's getting To date, Derrick Henry has 9,502 rushing yards, a 4.7 yards per carry average with 90 touchdowns. His rushing yard places him 36th all time, and at 30 years old, with his running style, I wouldn't put it past him to get 3,237 more yards and break into the top 10 by the end of his career. While McCaffrey slightly surpasses Henry in yards per carry at 4.8, he lags in total yards and touchdowns. As for the yards per carry advantage for McCaffrey, it is crucial to acknowledge that since becoming the Titans starter, Henry has consistently faced stacked boxes, which is where defenses deploy 8 or more players close to the line of scrimmage to directly influence the run. He has regularly topped the league in runs against stacked boxes. In some seasons, Henry's total yards against stacked boxes have not only led the league amongst individuals, but he has also surpassed those of entire teams by nearly hundreds of yards. A great example is in 2021. Despite playing in just 8 games due to injury, Derrick Henry was still among the league leaders in stacked boxes faced. In that season, Henry had 82 carries against stacked boxes, so keep that in mind when I mention that his career yards per carry average is 4.7 to McCaffrey's 4.8. Over his career, Derrick Henry has accumulated 10,952 total yards and 93 touchdowns. Surprisingly, McCaffrey's 10,753 total yards and 81 touchdowns, achieved in significantly fewer games, start to lend credibility to McCaffrey's case. Now, if Derrick Henry is comparable to a hippo, McCaffrey is a cat. The ability to change directions quickly, accelerate rapidly, and make defenders miss is reminiscent of the predatory grace and speed exhibited by cats when they want to get busy. Standing at 5'11" and weighing 205 pounds, McCaffrey, like a cat, is pound for pound a big threat. McCaffrey does his work in the open field and relies on refined running back skills instead of raw power to win. His pass catching abilities make him a point of focus for defenses in the same way that Derrick Henry's raw power does. His 4,320 receiving yards and 29 touchdowns tower over Derrick Henry's 1,458 and 3 touchdowns. Each running back has racked up their yards through contrasting means, but they are very similar. Stats alone do not tell the entire story. If you saw the all-time rushing leader numbers, you would conclude that Frank Gore was a multiple-time All-Pro and has a claim for being the absolute best in his era. So it's always important to add context to the numbers, and in this case, what types of individual recognitions did all those yards yield for each player? How were they validated for their efforts? Henry is a two-time Associated Press All-Pro. In 2019, Henry was second team All-Pro when he won the running back Triple Crown, leading the league in rushes with 303, along with 1,540 rushing yards, 16 touchdowns on 5.1 yards per carry. In 2020, Derrick Henry delivered his magnum opus and became the 8th running back to break the 2,000-yard threshold on his way to an Offensive Player of the Year award and a first-team All-Pro nod. Now, McCaffrey has never rushed for 2,000 yards. Instead, he's one of just 3 players to have ever put up 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving, which he did in 2019 on his way to a first-team All-Pro nod in 2019. In 2018, McCaffrey was second-team AP All-Pro at the flex position after finishing the season with 1,098 rushing yards, 7 touchdowns, 107 receptions for 867 receiving yards and 6 receiving touchdowns. Finally, in 2023, he got his 3rd AP All-Pro, this time as a first-team All-Pro after leading the league with 1,459 rushing yards on 5.4 yards per carry and 21 total touchdowns. If he were to win the Offensive Player of the Year award as well, which it appears likely in 2023, he would tie Derrick Henry for that. Also, if we were to include Pro Bowls, which a lot of us can admit isn't really that valuable, he beats Henry there with 5 to Henry's 4. McCaffrey and Henry are truly the antithesis of each other. Smash and dash, lightning and thunder, raw power and finesse. Still, their production and the accolades those productions have yielded are eerily similar. So if Derrick Henry is a future Hall of Famer, does that mean that Christian McCaffrey is also a future Hall of Famer?